Hello students, I cordially welcome you all to this session. I am Pradeep. I am going to deal with the very first unit of your first PU English textbook titled The Gentleman of the Jungle. Before making our way onto the main script of this unit, let's take a dig at the biography of the author, the one who has written this unit. The author of this unit is none other than our Jomo Kenyatta. The pronunciation of this J-O-M-O is Jomo. Why? Because is that the letter J that becomes silent over here. So that we are advised to pronounce this J-O-M-O as Jomo. Jomo Kenyatta. Students, here we are given the living period of Jomo Kenyatta, that's all around 1893 to 1978. It was the period of time, or we can say living period, during which our Jomo Kenyatta lived his life. His life began in the year of 1893, but we are not sure or certain about the exact year of his birth. That's why you people can observe the question mark having been there after 1893. 1978 was the year of his demise or death, in which he was died. This was the living period of Jomo Kenyatta, during which he lived his life. Students, you need to understand another thing over here. A very little is known to us, as we are given only slightest information about the biography of our Jomo Kenyatta. Here, considering the biography of Jomo Kenyatta, what do we get to see further is that Jomo Kenyatta was an African political leader. Which means what I am trying to tell you people is that Jomo Kenyatta took his participation in the area which he had taken his interest in. In another sense, we can also comprehend or understand the fact that he took his initiative in the area where he took his interest in. Here, he was much involved in the area of politics. That's why he made his own mark in the area of politics after becoming a political leader. And later, he became one of the prime ministers of the Kenyan country in the year of 1963. That came to an end in the year of 1964. For nearly 1.5 to 2 years, our Jomo Kenyatta administered the country as a prime minister. This is how he created a milestone in that nation as a prime minister. And later, in the following years of his career, our Jomo Kenyatta became the first president of the Kenya. I told you people earlier what Kenya is. Kenya is the name of a country that is located in the West Africa. It can be discovered or found in the West Africa. Kenya is a country that can be found in West Africa. He became one of the successful president of Kenya in the year of 1964. And in the year of 1978, his presidentship came to an end after meeting with the death. Here, for nearly 14 to 15 years of time, our Jomo Kenyatta ruled the country, called it as Kenya. This is how his presidentship came to an end. The same year, 1978, was the year of his demise or death as well. And later, in the following, we can see or observe the word fable, which means short story. Here, before having gone through with this word fable, I would like to narrate you people a Panchatantra story which is very short and fun as well. Here, you people might have heard a story of a monkey and a crocodile. I am going to narrate you people a story over here. Once upon a time, students, you listen to me, I have used a sentence over here that reads like this: once upon a time. This is how every fable opens up or begins. Once upon a time, in a forest, a monkey lived his life on the shore, on the branches of a berry tree, on the shore of a river. In the same forest, a crocodile lived his life all along with his wife. One very fine day, the crocodile came onto the shore and rested under the tree. Which means the crocodile was asleep all alone or solitarily. In the meantime, this was observed by our monkey. The monkey, what he did is that he plucked some fruits out of the branches of the tree that he sat upon. After plucking all the fruits out of the branches of the tree, he offered all of them to the crocodile, who was asleep solitarily. On receiving those berry fruits, the crocodile was very happy and took all of them his own. In the following day, the crocodile came onto the shore to take some fruits from the hand of the monkey and received some fruits from the hand of the monkey. This is how, as days passed by, both of them maintained or built an intimate relationship or a sort of friendship between them. This is how both of them built a friendship in between them. In the following days, the monkey sent some fruits to the wife of the crocodile. On receiving those fruits from the monkey, the crocodile's wife ate all of them and felt very happy after eating them. But she was very jealous. Why? Because is that she didn't like her husband crocodile spending his much time with the monkey. She insisted her husband by telling him that the fruits are very juicy. She felt very good and she wonders how the heart of the monkey would be after offering all those fruits to both of them. On the other hand, she demanded that she would like to get the heart of the monkey. Let me get the heart of the monkey. But on the other hand, the crocodile, on listening to the words of his wife, he didn't wish to kill the monkey as he maintained a good friendship with him. But he had no option at all. In the following day, the crocodile invited his friend monkey for a dinner. As the monkey was invited by the crocodile, he felt very happy to be invited for the dinner. To go to the home of the crocodile, they had to cross the river. Though our monkey was happy to go to the house of our crocodile, he couldn't swim. He couldn't be able to cross the river. Why? Because he couldn't swim. So, hence, the crocodile made the monkey to sit on the back of him and took him all across the river. While going, as they were in the midst of the river, the crocodile blurted out the fact that the reality that is behind why he was taking this monkey to their home. Now he burst out telling him that the reality why he was taking the monkey to his home. The clever monkey told the crocodile that you should have told me earlier, because I left my heart on the one of the branches of the tree, so that we must be back onto the shore where we could notice the tree, so that, believing the words of the monkey, the crocodile took him back onto the shore. This is how the monkey saved his own life. Here, in all the Panchatantra stories, we can obviously get the moral. This is what do we see, this is what do we get out of the Panchatantra stories and the short stories as well. Here, what do we get to see in the form of the moral in terms of this monkey and a crocodile is that choose a good company and think wisely before doing anything. This is what do we get to see as a moral of this Panchatantra story. The story of this gentleman of the jungle is as similar as that of a story as that of a story of a monkey and a crocodile. Here, taking an account of the title of this gentleman of the jungle, what do we see? He is that here we can observe the two contradictory terms appearing in this sentence, in this phrase, that is, the gentleman and jungle. These are the two contradictory words existing in this title of this unit. Isn't this word gentleman looking so weird or strange after being associated with the word jungle? Can you people find out any gentleman in the jungle? Certainly not. Gentleman is a word used to the human beings in the society. There are some attributions or the characteristics to call a person as a gentleman. To call a person as a gentleman, a man must have some characteristics in him to be called as a gentleman. But in the case of this unit, gentleman, the gentleman of the jungle, the word looks very strange after being associated with this jungle. This is one of the fable, which means short story. I told you people earlier that fable is a short story. Which here we have an instance taking this unit, the gentleman of the jungle, as a fable over here, which means a short story. It has also moral in it. At the end of this unit, the gentleman of the jungle, we can get to see the moral. Here, the unit or the short story or the fable, we can say, or the fable, the gentleman of the jungle, was written in the year of 1937 or 1938, but we are not certain or sure about the exact year when it was composed by our Jomo Kenyatta, but it was approximately all around 1937 or 1938. Here, this story represents the broader African perspective. Here, what do we get to see is that the fable, the gentleman of the jungle, represents the broader African perspective. Here, I will tell you people one thing over here, that is, we witnessed the presence of British in the subcontinent of our India. They came into existence in the year of 1600 in our country. They came into presence in our India with the purpose of establishing their trade in our India. But as the days passed by, they came into power. They wanted to establish their power in our country. So, what had they done is that as they settled in our India and as they built many trade centers all across our India, they started marketing all across the country. Day by day, our domestic rulers were pushed into corners, and some rules were established by the British company to keep all the domestic rulers of our India under of their hands, so that for nearly more than 347 years, they were in India taking control of all the people or residents of our subcontinent of India. Here, all the administration or rule of the British was utterly horrible or brutal. All the people of India were under the clutches of the British. In the similar manner, the entire world, many countries of the world were also under the clutches of the Europeans. Europeans were very superior comparatively in comparison to the rest of the world. The entire world witnessed the brutality of the entire Europeans as they were under the clutches of the Europeans. In the similar manner, the African countries were also under the control of the Europeans. The European powers had the mighty power in their hand. They were the superior people. The entire European people were very superior in comparison, comparing to the rest of the people of the world. In this way, they were very adventurous people too. In this way, they overruled the entire people of the African countries. They overruled them, they dominated them. They established some colonies over there. This is what we call colonialism, which means the Europeans wanted to establish some colonies in the countries of Africa. For this reason, they went to the African countries to establish their own colonies, to start their trade. With the intention of establishing their trade, they had gone to the countries of the Africa. Here, the story of this gentleman of the jungle represents the broader African perspective, which means how they were overruled by the entire Europe. How the African people, the entire African people, the people of the entire Africa, or the people of all the countries of Africa, how they started looking at the brutality of the Europeans is revealed in this short story of the Gentleman of the Jungle. This is the perspective how the African people tend to look at the brutality of the Europeans. It is the perspective, or we can say as view. It is the view how they looked at the Europeans, how they brought some changes in their views in looking at the Britishers is now to us after going through this, the Gentleman of the Jungle. They were, the entire Africa was under the clutches of the Europeans as they dominated them. That is how this Gentleman of the Jungle represents the broader way of looking at the horrible and brutality of the Europeans after the arrival of the Europeans in their countries. Here, this is the Gentleman of the Jungle tells us or describes us the way or the view or the perspective that the African people had in their eyes to look at the European power. Why these Europeans had acquired the entire world is that they had such a power in their hand. They had the mighty power in their hand. Their armor was well enough comparing to the rest of the world. They were very brave people and they were famous for making an adventurous deeds. For this reason, they made their way into the African countries. And here, what does a fable say is that here it holds the more dark and social realistic themes, especially about racism. Racism is a system in which the black people are subjected to push into a corner by the white people. The black people are subjected to be punished and they are subjected for the discrimination. Here holds the more dark and social realistic themes, which means what does this fable represent or say is that it holds the more dark or realistic theme, especially about racism, which means it contains or contaminates the color complexion by which the white people exploit the black people using the color complexion. Here, color complexion, which means the color of the skin that the black people have. Even how they were exploited or discriminated by the white people is that even the darker complexioned people and the children of the Africa, the children of the Africa, they were not allowed to go even to the school. They were not allowed to get the education. This is how white people kept discriminating or overruling the black people. This is how these fables hold the more dark elements and the social reality that existed in the African countries. This racism was not only in the Africa, it could also be the part of the American states as well. It was also found in the countries of USA. The characters, coming on to the characters of a fable, what do we see especially about this the gentleman of the jungle? What do we see is that here we can see the protagonist in the sense, the main character. The main character of this the gentleman of the jungle is a man, and especially in a fable, who do we see as the main characters is that animals. Animals are the major characters of every fable. Here, in the case of this gentleman of the jungle, these animals play a vital role in making a good short story called it as The Gentleman of the Jungle. That's how these animals play a very significant and pivotal role in making a good story of this The Gentleman of the Jungle. And the features or the characteristics of this fable, The Gentleman of the Jungle, is that animals have feelings and emotions and the positions as well. Here, the characteristics that we see in the animals, as they are the major characters of each fable. All the animals have the feelings in them. Here, the attribution or the characteristics are given to the animals. This is what we call the personification is used over here in the present story of this The Gentleman of the Jungle. Here, after giving a human quality to all the animals, which means the human quality are like this, the greediness and what we call, they have many feelings in them. And after having seen these feelings in all the animals, and they have also had the emotions as well in them, they wanted to acquire the entire hut in the present context of this The Gentleman of the Jungle. They are with the human characteristics. That's how the animals are personified. The animals' characters are personified over here in the case of this story of the Gentleman of the Jungle. And the positions. Here we can also observe the positions are also given to the animals. That is, here as we start going through this lesson of The Gentleman of the Jungle, we can observe some animals. They are the lion. Lion is given a status in the forest as the king. The lion is known as a king in the forest, and they are given many status like secretary and the president, the honorable minister, and as I told you people earlier, the king. This is how the positions are given to all the animals, and these animals are more superior to a man. Here they have had such a power in their hand in the forest. They can subjugate or they can discriminate the man in the forest. That's how these animals become very superior than